am wise, receiving, heart open wide, giving, I'm satisfied, returning to the breath of God, returning to the breath of God, returning to the breath of God, returning to the breath of God. Happy Tuesday, and welcome to our miraculous moments here at Unity of Jupiter, our out of this world, down to earth spiritual community, as we are creating heaven on earth as we practice spiritual principles in our lives. And we invite you and everyone you know into this experience as we make this world a better place. And I'm Reverend Bodie Campbell, and glad to be here with you this morning. And I just like to share why I call this miraculous moments, because it's what happens when we take the time to be still and connect with our divine essence, that miracles happen in our lives, that we step into a different perspective of seeing our lives and the world that is informed by our spirituality. So that's what this is about today. And today I want to share a teaching from our daily word. And the daily word today is give. So I invite you to become comfortable right where you are, to relax, to put aside everything that you're doing, if that's possible. If you're sitting in front of your computer, just to allow your hands to fall off the keyboard and into your lap. Soften your belly and take a deep breath. And as we do this, we just put aside the concerns of the outer world and tap into the energy of our hearts, the energy of spirit. So our meditation today is, I am grateful as I give with joy. I am grateful as I give with joy. Giving is the key to living my fullest life. I eagerly accept my good with joy and appreciation, and I feel a deep desire to keep that joy alive by giving generously, serving humbly, and sharing without hesitation. I give with an open and caring heart, knowing that I am not just sharing material goods or even my time. I am sharing the love and care of God through my actions, answering the call to serve that I feel deep within my heart. I am sharing the love and care of God through my actions, answering the call to serve that I feel deep within my heart. I visualize the receiver blessed far beyond my gifts, perhaps inspired to give something or of themselves in service. Giving gladdens me and draws me closer to those with whom I share my bounty. When I seize opportunities to share my time, talents, and treasures, I help create a world of generous abundance that is a gift to all. This is inspired by Proverbs 3:27. Do not withhold good from those to whom it is due, when it is in your power to do it. So let's take a few moments in the quiet to tap in, knowing that God is the source of all of our good, as we focus on this idea of giving joyfully from the source of God. I give joyfully from the source of God. So I was thinking about, giving is what completes the cycle of abundance in our lives. It's easy to receive. Well, for some of us, it's easy to receive. For some, it's hard to receive. Some of us may have worthiness issues and find it hard to receive gifts and blessings from others. And that's something we want to work on, right? Because prosperity, the cycle of prosperity is about receiving and giving, both things, being a good receiver and a good giver. And, it's the nature of God to give. The nature of this universe, this expanding universe. God is constantly giving to us, giving us life, love, light, and an abundance of all good things that we need to live happy and fulfilling lives. It's all available to us, but we have to tune our minds into that. We have to open our hearts to it to receive that good. And then the other side of it is to give, to be a joyful giver, to give from that place of abundance, knowing that we are blessed, and to share our good with other people. I've had this experience so often in my life, especially when I came into ministry. My experience through the Unity Ministerial Program or the Unity Seminary back in 1998. Matter of fact, I just celebrated 23 years since my ordination last week. And I remember my experience at school and how all the resources I supported me in going through school at that time. There were churches that were tithing to me. There were grants that I applied for and received. There were places to live where I house sat for a year at 3 different homes that were available to me. So I had all the time and energy and resources to put towards my education and towards my experience. And, everything works out for the best when you're on this journey and acknowledging God as the source of all our good. So I wrote this chant called Returning to the Breath of God, and there's a couple lines in it that you'll hear. Receiving, heart open wide, giving, I'm satisfied. It's in that giving that we complete that cycle of prosperity and abundance, and it brings satisfaction to our souls every time we give. I know that it's another thing when we get out of ourselves and we give to help another person, somehow it blesses us too. So this is the nature of God, and so I invite you to, again, relax or sing along with me. The words are pretty simple, and we'll do this a couple times. I give joyfully from the source of God. Breathing, I am alive. Knowing I am wise. Receiving, heart open wide. Giving, I'm satisfied. Returning to the breath of God. 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 Breathing, I am alive. Knowing I am wise. Receiving, heart open wide. Giving, I'm satisfied. Returning returning to the breath of God, returning to the breath of God. Take a deep breath. Exhale it out. Thank you, God. Thank you, God, for the breath, for the life that sustains us. The breath is the life force that helps us to be fully alive and fully present in this world and in this lifetime. So I just want to share that you might notice a little bit of difference in our presentation this morning, as we are now using Zoom as our primary platform to be able to go live, and we're also connected to Facebook, and eventually we'll be connected to YouTube and a couple other platforms, hopefully, or maybe those three will be enough: Zoom, Facebook Live, and YouTube. And we're also going to send out a link going forward so that you can join us. And I'm going to make this more of an interactive experience, that after I do the meditation and the chant, that we'll have a little bit more teaching and sharing around the topic. And so we'll be able to interact in that way. Hopefully, we'll figure that out. That will be our next step. So looking forward to doing that and being with you in that way. And also at the same time, I'm curious if we will also be able to invite you here, people that want to come and be here in the room present with us. I do this 3 times a week. It's just about scheduling and making sure that I can make the commitment to being here 3 times a week to do this. So that's the plan. And and what it is for me, it's about me being able to give more of the unity teachings and these spiritual teachings to you, so that we can all live healthier, more prosperous, more present lives. And so with that, may all the circumstances of our lives serve the awakening of our hearts. Sat Nam, Namaste. God bless you.